So yeah, very, very, very monumental place. This is 2300 Jackson Street. This is the home. Michael Jackson, Jackson 5, and the entire Jackson family. Joe Jackson, Reby, they all lived here. Janet, Toya, you know, and there's a consensus of people who said he died as Mikael, which in Arabic is Michael, as a Muslim. I know his brother Jermaine accepted Islam as well. So, you know, it has, you know, very, very dynamic connection to my upbringing. Growing up a Michael Jackson fan, you know, growing up just a Jackson fan, and then seeing him, you know, return to Allah, you know, and reverted to his natural disposition, which is monotheism, definitely was something that I continuously hold very dear. I know a lot of people have made a lot of attempts to slander his honor, slander his, you know, lifestyle or whatever the case may be. But we know as Muslims, it's like when you return to Allah, you're forgiven for all your past sins, and everything starts from that point. So that's where I'm starting from. I'm starting from the point where he repented, turned back to his Lord, and then eventually returned to him. So, you know, I'm out here, a good friend of mine, Senator Eddie Melton, you know, it's like I've known him for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? We've been, since the very first time we spoke, you know, we hit it off, and we always just been in contact. So I'm scheduled to be out here at the North Indiana Islamic Center, but I had to go have breakfast with the senator, so I had to squeeze him in. It's my man.
Now, this is an exclusive visit at the Jackson home. No one goes into the home. We got family approval to go in, so while Amir was here, I thought it was only appropriate that he got a chance to see and experience it. So I appreciate you coming.
I appreciate being here, man, because he came down to Atlanta. He made time for me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here. I had to make time for him, you know, and that's what we got to do. We got to cooperate upon things that's good. So I'm honored, you know, to have, you know, the Jackson family extend the courtesy to allow me to walk into this monumental establishment that definitely impacted souls around the world. But hopefully they'll look more towards his ending, you know what I'm saying, and the decision that he made, you know what I'm saying, to rectify his soul, opposed to, you know, the mistakes that he may have made, and all of us make. We're human. So I'm honored to be here. Honored to be here with my good friend. You know what I'm saying? May Allah guide him, you know what I'm saying? Good man. So we going up in here.
We're gonna go through the kind of like gift shop.
Okay.
That one right across the street.
They bought the house too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're gonna fix that joint.
Yo, Paul. See, that's the theater in the high school. They were talking about it in Roosevelt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
All right, I'm good. I'm ball.
Alright, I'm good, man. That's me, man. Alright, that's me.
It was a time speaking at the event.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He made time for me when I came in. He came down to Atlanta, so I had to squeeze him in. So we had a little breakfast, man. We got a lot of big plans, you know, stuff we're trying to work on for, you know, the betterment of ourselves first and foremost. But, you know, we definitely gotta extend that to the people the best way we can.
That's a good thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
How long you been in town?
Saturday.
Okay.
Yep, Saturday. Yeah. This is nice, man. I was just looking at a picture of my godfather's house, George Jackson. He used to be a motion picture producer. We got pictures of Mike, you know what I'm saying? And one of his mentors is Clarence Avon.
Yeah, man. I saw what just happened to Miss Avon.
Yeah,
Man, that's
exactly.
crazy,
Yeah.
man.
You know, I used to go to their house when I was 14. You know what I'm saying? I went to Beverly Hills High. My godfather, he produced Crush Groove, you know what I'm saying, New Jack City, JoJo Dance. So he did a lot of movies, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he had went and visited Mike at his home back when Motown 25 days. So he had a picture of him in the house as well. I was like, man, that used to be one of my bragging rights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
I watched the documentary you just did about Mr. Avon.
Yeah, not a godfather.
Yeah, I watched that. My wife was like, you need to watch this documentary.
Yeah.
What's it about? So,
Yeah.
my wife like, that's you.
The centerpiece.
Yeah.
Said, all of a sudden you be doing, say, that's you. You do the same thing. I don't know about that,
But it's empowering to know that he didn't pursue no money. He just wanted to see you get yours. You know?
Well, there you go. That's me. I'm just trying to make it better, man.
Right.
It's just an opportunity that I don't understand how they don't do it. I mean, people around just don't you know. I don't know.
People don't understand that resource is a currency. You know what I'm saying? When you run out of money, you gotta go back to that.
Right.
You got the greatest resource ever.
I'm about to say, where's Mike at, man?
Huh?
I see it over there now.
Oh yeah.
That's Jamie's bike.
Oh yeah? Oh, Trek.
He wanted to go get that from an auction in California.
And that people don't think it really is, but that's the book with the actual.
Oh yeah. Wow. Y'all ever had that album in my house? This album in my house. That album.
That's City Hall. No, that ain't a City Hall, is it? No.
What's that?
I thought that was City Hall they was in front of right
Oh no.
I had that album too.
Oh no.
In it.
Them boys crazy. They ran over the police, man.
I thought it was alright when I was a kid. I seen that. They made that cool, man. Off the wall. We are the world.
Yeah.
I was living in California when she came out with Rhythm Nation. Yeah. Wow. This is my joint too, Centipede.
Cut those lots.
That was one of my
On that
favorite
street,
movies when I was a
on
kid.
25th.
Wiz.
Oh, down that way.
I was the black version of the Wizard of Oz.
You did invest in that. Like say, man, get a bunch of equipment, but they
Look at the lineup, like
store somewhere.
Yeah.
And just bring it out.
Mike,
Keep it cut.
yeah, Nipsey Russell, Ted Ross, he was the Amino Lion, Lena Horne, she was the fairy godmother, Richard Pryor. That was big. That was big for us back when I was
Oh,
young.
yeah.
Man, that was huge. I remember I went to see this joint too.
At the theater?
Yeah.
Man.
This came out like
Yeah.
78, 79.
I went to go see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
was
year you was born?
69.
Oh yeah? You look young, man. I was born 75. I was about 4 or 5 years old when I seen it.
Yeah. I just guy I know just got the original soundtrack for that on a 45.
Oh yeah?
He called me yesterday, said he got that, and then Big Boy, the first song,
Right.
he got a mint condition copy of that.
Wow.
So we'll pick it over.
Yeah. That was big, man. That was a huge movie right there.
Quincy Jones, right?
Yeah. Cause even like when you see how they trying to reenact a lot of like these Disney joints, bring a lot of culture into it, like they did that
Nobody's ever tried to
Nobody
remake
ever tried to beat you. If you touch that, you gonna mess that up.
it. They tried to they do the other one with the other Wizard of Oz. They redid that one.
Which one?
Just the main, the original one with Dorothy and Stackby.
Yeah, they play with that.
Yeah, they that was Sarah Taylor. Nobody tried to touch it. We did.
You can't. Listen, they don't even have that. I mean, I ain't listened to music in 13 years, you know what I'm saying? I've been listening 13, almost 14 years next month. Well, this month actually been 14 years. But you don't have these type of artists today. You know what I'm saying? You don't have it, like, you gotta understand the combination between just this right here. Start with Diana Ross, got Michael Jackson, got Nipsey Hussle. One of the greatest entertainers, you know what I'm saying? You got like ageless. Like,
Yeah, you got some heavyweights.
and Ted Ross, he was the lion.
Yeah.
You know.
Some big boy with Richard Pryor.
Yeah, Richard Pryor. I forgot who played the Wicked Witch. But she had a powerful voice
Oh
too.
yeah.
That joint was mean. This right here brings back so many memories, man.
I'm a mean lion.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That subway scene, that was hard.
Oh,
that
man, as a kid.
That was a horror scene right there.
Oh, man.
I think I had a nightmare about that joint.
Yeah, them lions, them whatever they call them things, they would fly.
Yeah, the flying monkeys.
Flying monkeys. Oh, I can stand these
Flying
things.
monkeys.
Y'all gonna put next door?
Yeah. Michael drew this right here.
Yeah, that was crazy, yo.
That's one of the pieces that Michael drew.
Before you judge me, try hard to love me. Within your heart, ask, have you seen my childhood? Wow.
Good. And
Yeah, Mike.
this is spelled love. L-O. It's not the whole picture.
Oh yeah, I can see the E.
Yeah. It was like an L-O-V-E. Yeah. That's crazy. Let me close this one.
Now where'd Joe find a flat screen at back then, man? I need to answer that one right there, man.
It was always up with the times.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what's crazy? Like, when you look at parenting today, right? People will look at what he tried to do for his family as something, you know, very oppressive and just excessive and so on and so forth.
Just
But if you think about everything going on out here today, gotta be in his kid's life like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure he had his faults, he's a human being, you know what I'm saying? He ain't perfect at it, and I ain't no blueprint to parenting, but it's like, man, the kids is being raised by social media and society, everybody else. So like, if you don't instill certain things in here that's deep rooted, then they're gonna be more vulnerable when they step out that door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure, you know, as traumatic as it may have felt or appeared to be, I can't speak to nobody's pain. But when I think about, like, you know what I'm saying, the good side of, like, excessively loving your kids and failing them up the best way and trying to, you know, protect them from a lot of stuff. It can be done in a way that can be misread, but imagine, man, 9 kids in here. You can't go nowhere without bumping into somebody in the house.
For real.
crazy.
Just imagine sharing the bathroom.
Man, that had to be a schedule on the refrigerator. Who turn it is? And if you miss your turn, you probably don't get to wash your butt for the day. Like,
Right.
it's over. You the funky kid for the day. Yeah. Now what 11 people gonna do in this? Look at this sink. Even if this ain't the original, like, look at this space. Like, what could you possibly do? $11 people, man. This the master, right? This the master bedroom. Look at young Mike and Marlon. Like that might be Tito kids. Who boys is that? Those Tito sons?
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
see.
When they was younger. Yeah, in like the suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, told you, I knew that. They look like Tito. That's Tito
I've
kid.
seen that picture, bro.
Yeah.
In the bedroom?
Yeah. They look just like him. They look like their grandfather. Right here.
Oh,
Tito look like Joe. They look just like Tito,
Uh-huh.
man. That's crazy. Wow. And whose daughter is that?
How many square feet is it, you know?
How you had dinner? How 11 people had dinner? Table like this.
I think it's 600.
600?
I think it's 900. Something like that. I ain't gonna think of all that stuff and say, don't be trying to figure it out.
Okay.
But you said it was on the floor,
No, like a tile.
the tile.
Yeah, like you got copies of the tile. Cabinets.
What if it was the kids running around?
Y'all can imagine, like, dinner must have been real intimate. This might have been like going to court. Like, you know, you're gonna be asked about homework, all kinds of stuff. Like this joint right here. I can imagine like the kind of tension it was. You couldn't even enjoy your food.
Right.
I got Joe on your head. Yo, how was school today?
Right.
How was school? You like,
Yeah.
That's it. And you can imagine, right?
Yeah.
Joe over here like, how was school, man? How was school today? You under pressure. You can't even eat. Food get cold. You nervous.
Get light on for you.
Oh, that's where you got the sound from.
You talking about a come up story, man.
The ultimate.
The ultimate come up story, man. How you come out of a place like this? There's not a single country that don't know who Michael Jackson is. Not a single place on this planet.
Yeah.
I think indigenous people know who Michael Jackson is. I'm talking about people walking around with leaves
Yeah.
for drawers.
They play those songs.
Yeah.
Everything. Little kids.
Yeah.
That was probably born.
Moonwalking, barefoot, no shoes. Came from it. Wow. this definitely touched home being an African American, born and raised in the country. Definitely designed to keep you down. This is big.
You want 22 right now? Yeah, he wants 22.
Tell him how I didn't know where you got from.
The guy next to it, he wants 7. Then the guy next to that one, he wants like 30. So it varies, man. People do all the time.
Thank you.
This is big. God, thank you, Senator,
Yeah, man, absolutely.
making this happen. Yo, this is big, man. Hey, look, it don't matter. I'm in a whole different place, a whole different space. But I would never be able to sit here and deny the human side of myself and just my whole childhood and upbringing. To sit up here, I'd be lying to tell you that Michael Jackson and the Jackson family in totality did not impact my life. Like, this was the come up story before Scarface. Yeah, Scarface just took people a whole nother way. But this was the real come up story. This was it.
Talk about American story.
Yeah, when you talk about the American come up, being black in the country designed to keep you down, to discourage you, you know what I'm saying? To outcast you, ostracize you, whatever terms you want to use. It's like, this was the come up, man. This was repetitive in black homes all across the nation. You know what I'm saying? All across the nation. People laugh when they see foreigners ball up in a house, 8 people, you know what I'm saying, in one home, and they see Mexicans, Asians, or whatever come to this country and live that way. But we was living like that already here.
Right.
We didn't have to travel and live like that. We was already here living like that. You know what I'm saying? Sharing 1 stick of butter a month, stuff like that. Like, you know, you can't deny what it took to survive in a society that didn't want you to win. You know, like I mentioned, like, you know, Joe Jackson, you know, you hear nothing but negatives and stuff like that. But, you know, being strong for your family and wanting for them, you know, sometimes could be misinterpreted. Sometimes it could be implemented incorrectly, but you need parents like that. These kids that they need fathers like that. That's on your case. You know, doing whatever it takes to make you win. But that's what this man did. His sons, and one in particular, is not a single place on this planet that don't know about Michael Jackson, that don't know about the Jackson 5. And like I said, you know, alhamdulillah, you know, he died as Mikael. Like I said, there's a consensus of people, Muslims in particular, said he took a shahada. So he died Muslim. So, you know, by Allah's decree, that might be why I'm here. I came here to do one thing, but definitely to uphold the honor of a believer who returned to Allah as a believer, inshallah. You know, it takes precedence over everything else we've seen today. So, alhamdulillah. This was it.
So,
Yeah, this was it.
so man, let's get one pick before we go.
Yeah.
Take it. You want to eat it?
You got the 13. We're just going to take it. We're here to drop it.